Hey everybody, welcome back to Lamson Family Farms. It is Sunday, last Sunday in July. Summer's flying by. So don't know if you can hear the tractor, but the neighbor is out raking our big field, our alfalfa field, which does have some fescue in it, but it's mostly alfalfa. A bit of weeds too. But he is out there raking. He mowed on Friday, and hopefully later today we will be putting some hay up in the barn because it's supposed to rain, I think, Tuesday and Wednesday. So we need to get this hay in the barn. And Julia and I are both home today, so needs must. It is also really, really hot today, so we're supposed to get up to 86. So I've got my water, and Julia made this it's like a lemonade mix. It's very good. It's the first time that she's made this. I will try to post the recipe for it in the description section. It's really tasty. It's like lemon, a little bit of milk, water, ice, a little bit of sugar, and it's blended. So it's not too bad. So I am trying to beat the heat. I've already worked in the barn a bit this morning. So let me show you what I've been up to. I'm still working on that last section of scooping out the goat area. So because it is supposed to get up to 86 today, I tried to do some loads of that early so that I could put the goats back in, because I don't want, for this last section, I have to kick them outside to do it, and I didn't want them sitting out in the heat like this. So it looks really dirty right in this section, and that's because I'm scooping it out. But they do have access to the middle and this side, so they have lots of room. And right now I've got the calf in that middle section over there. So she's got a little square, and then you can see the buckling. He's got his little section over there. So, but then the big girls and the little girls are all in this main area. So anyway, it's going pretty good. I am hoping to finish this by next weekend. And then I will be trying to figure out what configuration I want. But I will probably be putting those two tables somewhere in here so that they have something that they can hop up onto. So yeah, so far so good. Almost done. So I'm really excited to get that done because it's been a long time coming and I've been working on it for a while now. But it just means that I can also, once I get it scooped out, then I can get rid of these tables and clean this area up, which will be really nice. And then I can move on to the next project. And I can already tell you the next project is going to be mucking out the cow area after this. So the cows are in today. I put them in last night because it's getting hot today. Hi girls. And so I don't really feel bad about doing that because they love it in here and they're under their fans. It's cool. We've had a lot of chaff hay from putting up all the hay that we have been the last couple of weeks. So they've got a lot to eat through in here. So it's not gonna, it's not hurting me to keep them in for a few days. And they've pretty much eaten down their pasture. So it's nice to also give that a little bit of a reset. So they're in here, and I don't know if you can see the donkey, but Wicked's also penned up, which, now that I'm thinking about it, he could actually go out because I've got the goats inside for the rest of the day. He will probably also just sit inside, though, because I've pointed one of the fans his direction, and he likes to stand under it. So I'm just trying to do a couple of oddball projects while we wait for the neighbor to finish raking, because after he rakes he'll probably mow. So we're looking at doing hay, I'd say, in the next few hours. So I'm trying to do some projects in the barn just to stay out of the heat and not do anything too strenuous because we're going to be working on hay for the rest of the day. And that kind of ends up being a lot because he brings in wagon after wagon, and it is just Julia and I putting it up. So I do think we're going to put some of it, so this is the alfalfa, which I know I will probably feed to the goats more than the cows or the horses. So I'm probably going to want some of it to be upstairs on the right side of the barn because that will be closest to the goat area, so I can throw it down easier. We are probably also going to put some of it in the machinery shed, which I'll put a little video after showing you how much hay we have stacked over there. In hindsight, we probably should have put all of the first cutting from the front field over there, because like I've got the horses down on the field that I showed you that I fenced, the first fence. They're down there and they've eaten it down again, so I'm giving them hay every day. And it has been actually really nice to have the hay in the machinery shed, because then I can back the truck up and then just drive it down to them. And I would probably rather feed that stuff to them than this alfalfa. But lesson learned. So we'll probably do a combination of both. Some of this in the machinery shed and some of it upstairs. We're just kind of wondering where we're going to be putting all of this hay. I think we've put up about 800 bales so far. I think about 600 of it came from our front fields, and then the neighbor gave us about 200 bales from his field, and so we've got that too. And then this field is about twice the size of our front fields, and so and like, yes, I do have the cows taking up some of it. And he only did 5 rounds on the lower half of this field because he didn't realize that we actually had like a lower portion of this big field. But I think we're probably looking at like 800 bales off of this cutting from this field, so it's gonna be a lot. And then we still need to keep room for second cutting. I don't think we're gonna get a third cutting because we did the second cutting so very late. I'm hoping we'll get a second cutting, but I don't think we're looking at a third cutting, which is fine. Like, it's fine. So things that I need to do, I'm just gonna do some sweeping. I've been getting really behind in the sweeping, especially because we've been hauling so much hay through here. It's just, oh my gosh, like I had just got it clean and then, now it's dirty again. So I need to sweep. I'm going to probably switch water bins for the cows and the goats, because I want a lower water bin for the goats because we've got the little girls in there, and now that I've scooped it down, it's actually a little bit, their water bin is like sitting up on a high part, so it's a little bit too tall for them. So I need to switch that out probably first. Wicket also needs more water. And I've been watching the cows because Ray tried to mount Hyacinth yesterday, which is 3 weeks to the day after we AI'd Hyacinth, so like she very well could be coming back into heat. I really hope she's not. You alright, Ray? So I'm trying to watch that. But if she does come back into heat, I have got one more straw, and then I'll be out of straws for AIing them, and I really don't want to have to buy more straws right now. So just trying to be around to watch them. Like, yeah. Ray is sniffing Hyacinth, and Hyacinth is standing there, which is not a great sign. But I'm keeping my eye on that. Anyway, and then we had a little bit of chaff upstairs in the barn from putting the hay up, and I will probably move that over into the poultry coop upstairs to get that ready for winter, so it'll just be all nice and clean for them come winter time, and I can just put them right over. So anyway, I think I'm going to do the water first, just because I know the baby goats are waiting for me to do that. So one of the things that I had forgot to do for their water bin, which I need to do now, and I also need to move all this painting equipment I'm in the tech room. I need to move all this painting equipment out of here because I think I've got a couple little spots I can see that I need to paint, but for the most part I'm done painting in here. Which actually worked out well because I just ran out of the white paint for that 5-gallon bucket. So that 5-gallon bucket of white paint let me do this room and the goat maternity ward. So I don't think that's too bad. I got a lot out of it. So I use these mosquito dunks in all of our livestock watering tanks. They are animal safe, so they look like these donuts. And I think I just got them off Amazon. I split it in two, but they last a long time. You just put one donut in your watering tank. Let's see. It's always been enough for what I need, but let me look. So it works for 30 days. And So it says you can do 25 to 100 square feet of surface standing water for one dunk. I always just do one dunk, and I've got, I put it in even like I think I've got 100-gallon stock tanks, and it's fine. I never get any mosquito larvae. So what it does, and my animals don't try to eat these, so they just float, and what it does is it kills all the mosquito larvae, and so I don't have to worry about mosquitoes breeding in my water tanks. So I forgot to do this in the goat area, and I was checking, and I've got mosquito larvae in there. So I'm going to switch it out anyway, but when I do fill up their new tank, they're going to get a dunk. Generally, I don't worry about it for like indoor water tanks, but I have had the door open for them to go outside, so I mean, the mosquitoes must have come in. And while I'm thinking about it, I need one for the backyard's water tank too. And I should probably run one down to the horses. So that works out well, and I just emptied aside. So I've got 3 dunks, 2 of which I'll be plopping in to their buckets right now, and then the last one I'll do probably tomorrow when I go feed the horses again. I do need to, so I've already checked on the horses. They've already had their hay for today. Their water is fine, and I already gave them fly spray, but I really need to brush out Jetta's mane. 2 people have told me now that the myth is when your horses, because they're in the field, I haven't been riding them, but Jetta's mane he's getting all these mats on one side, like it looks braided. And 2 people have told me that the myth is that fairies are riding him at night, and they do that to the horse's mane when they take them for a ride. So I think that's kind of cute. Because Mary's mane is fine, and to be fair, his hair is a little bit shorter than Jetta's. But Jetta's mane has gotten so matty, and like I said, I think, it might be from him rolling, but I think it's cuter that the fairies are riding him because he's a good boy. Okay, so one of these can stay by the door. I will say that now that I have cleaned out 2 of the goat sections, I'm getting flies again. It's that deep bedding. I like the deep bedding, but now that I've got the shallow bedding, the flies are back. So I'm thinking what I'll need to do is once I scoop it out, I think I'm just going to need to put in, I don't know, like 10 bales of hay or something, and just immediately try to put like 3 to 4 inches down because it's not working. I'm getting maggots again. So horse water. There they go. So that should last me a month. Hi, Wicket. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hi. I know. I see you. You are so cute. You are so cute, Wicket. Hi. It has been so cute having him up at the barn because he brays a lot when he sees me. I think it's adorable. Hi, buddy. I know, I see you. I'm gonna get your water. So I do need to go get his water. I'm gonna go turn the water on and then get his water set up, and then I can scoop out the goat's water. Okay, so we'll go take care of Wicket. Hey, you need some water? Hey, you got okay. Hey, you got a water though? You're a good boy. You are a good donkey. I guess I could empty the cow's water while I'm here, because I'm gonna swap out their tub for the goats. But so what you got, Ray? They think I have food, but I do not. I don't. It's just, they're empty. Okay? Alright, they're empty. You guys are silly. Okay. Okay, so Wicket's water's filled up, so I'm just gonna pour out the rest of the goat water, or sorry, the cow water. It's not a lot, and I don't like to dump all of it in their cow area because it just makes it muddier, but it's not that much. You need to move. Keep going. Okay, so this one's going in the goat area, and then we'll go get the cows. Put it. I had toyed around with the idea of actually moving it to the alley so that they can't poop in it, which is what they usually do. But I don't know. I always just worry about them not like being able to get their head through. But like I could put a hole, and they can all get their head through. It's really not the issue. I just hate having to change it like right after I fill it up because somebody's pooped in it. So, but on the flip side, I also don't want to take up a big chunk of my walkway because this is like over half the width of my walkway, so I don't want to lose that space. So I just need to decide is what's really going on. I just need to figure it out. There is also a lip here, so I mean, if I do put it in the walkway, I don't actually know, like, if I've got little goats in here, how well they can actually get water, which is a huge issue. So maybe I'll just put it like here in the corner or something. That way I could panel it off from inside if I needed to. Maybe I'll do that. That way also I could use the cattle panel to hold the hose while I fill it up, so I don't have to stand there and hold it while I'm filling it up. I can just prop it on the cattle panel and walk away, which is always great because I never forget about Walker. filling that up, I'm going to empty out the one that will go to the cows. Because I think it's nice for people to see like how long things actually take, because I do feel like, especially when you do things on time lapse, people are like, oh well, you could just do things so quickly, you know, like the farm stuff shouldn't really take you that long, or like you should do this, you should do that, you should do this, you should do the other. Well, yeah, but even like these general chores take up quite a while. Like I could just do maintenance and not have enough time to keep up with that, let alone adding on projects. So I do think it is nice for people to see how long things actually do take. Like just changing out the water, this will probably take me a good 40 minutes. You know, and I spent about 2.5 hours mucking out stalls this morning. Just doing this little section took me that long. So like things take time. And I do think it's important for everybody to see that. So their water's about half full, and then whilst I'm in here, I'm going to top up the water that the buckling and the calves share. Okay, so this was in the Buckley's area, and it's alfalfa, but he's not going to eat it. So it's going to become bedding. Okay, so I've got all the goats' water has been changed. Got there. Oh, I forgot my duck. I'll go throw that in there. They're so cute. Let me flip you around. So, of course, they wouldn't eat the hay when it was in the hay bag, but now that I've emptied it and it's on the ground, now they want it. So they're gonna eat that up. But I'm just gonna make it, it's just gonna be bedding, whatever they waste. So yeah, the girls have this whole big area and they have this whole section. And I gave them the other side because this is kind of gross right now while I'm scooping it out. And I didn't want them to have no other option besides to sit on that because it's really uneven right now. So these two sections, which are cleaned out and have fresh bedding, they have access to that. So I don't need to decide if I want to keep the thirds. Like if I put the little girls in a third, if I have two sections for the big girls, or I am kind of liking like where the calf and the buckling are. I could just take that middle out and I could add another side here and give the little girls the back half and big girls the front half. I'm just not quite sure what I want to do yet. If I did the thirds, it would be more convenient for me because I would still be able to feed everybody from the walkway. Whereas if I keep them in the back, I always have to go in to feed everybody in the back. So that's not super convenient for me. Look at them. Oh, now it's tasty, huh? So that's not super convenient for me, but I don't know. Hi, go. Anyway, I'm still just kind of mulling it over. But I do think, having tried the little girls with the big girls, like it's fine if everybody's needing the same nutritional requirements, but I just would like the littles to be growing faster, and I just don't think that they're able to keep up without grain like the big girls are. So I do think, I think next year, and like once I get this cleaned out, I will separate the little girls, but I think next year from kidding on, maybe that first year, they just need supplemental grain. So the other thing about separating the girl goats is if I have just the big girl goats by themselves, I will probably try putting the calf in with them. Just because she's too big for the little goats at this point. But I think she would learn a lesson with being in with the big girls. I think they would put her in her place, which I do think she actually needs because she's getting pretty rough. And I think she needs bigger animals to teach her how to show some respect. So I think it would be good for her to be in with the big goats for a while. So I don't know if it's just that they can see the boy or see and hear the girl goats, but it just gets them all worked up and then they want to fight. And so I've got them tied one to each wall in there. And I don't love doing that because they don't have as much space and they end up just standing there tied. They can get to their food, they can get to their water, but it's been an okay short-term change, or like solution, but it's not a long-term one. I can't have them living like that. I don't want that for them. So I'm gonna need to think of something else to do with them. So I've thought about dividing that, because it's a stall, but I mean, I can get my 2 horses and a donkey in there. It's big. It's probably like 15 by 30. So I could take a gate and divide it in half, and so they'd each have their own half. Or I might need to try putting them somewhere where they can't smell, hear, or see the goats. Maybe that would calm them down. I'm really not sure. I've toyed around with the idea of trying them with the donkey, but I don't love that. You know, you just never know with donkeys, and like Wicket is fine most of the time. He's a very good donkey, but he's still a donkey and he's intact. And I have had him I tried him with the girl goats and the little goats on a lead, supervised, and it went okay for about the first 15 minutes. And I think then he got excited and he went after the little goats. So luckily I had him on a halter in a lead, but I would not trust that alone. Like, he would have hurt them. So I'm not wanting, I don't know, I don't love the idea of leaving him with the boy goats. That being said, Poe is quite big, and I think Annie will get there. You know, he's a year behind Poe, and Poe's only 2. So I do think at some point they will be big enough that I don't really have to worry about it. Because, you know, Wicket has been with Hyacinth, and he's been with the cows, and he's been with the horses, that's fine. He's been with Hyacinth and the calf, and that's fine. He doesn't love the little animals. So I think he thinks they're predators at that point, and he tries to stomp them. But I've also had it where Wicket has been in this walkway, and I've had the boy goats in the cow area, and that's been fine. So I'm not sure yet, but something will need to change with the boy goats. I can't have them in there like that forever. Alright, so cow's water is about half full. Hi Wicket. You want to come back inside? Wicket's ready to come back in for his fan. I'm working on it, buddy. Hi, I was gonna sweep, but you want to come back in? Wicket's ready. Are you coming inside? He's so cute. We really need to get him a donkey friend at some point. Do you need a friend? Do you need a friend? Do you miss the horses? Yeah. Just don't understand how somebody dumped him. You know, because he's a rescue. We've only had him for a year. And he was headed to, you know, the meat market. And I just don't, he's such a good donkey. There's nothing wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with you. You're a good boy. He's so sweet. He leads. He halters fine. He walks right up to you. He's been ridden. He's a good boy. You are a good boy. You're so cute. You're so cute. You're so cute. Okay. That's nice. Nice, Wicket. Hi, baby. Hi. You're a good boy. You are a good boy. Getting in the way. Okay. Alright, so that's filled up now. You guys got your water. Everybody's got water. I'm going to fill up the outside horse water while I do something else. Alright, here we go. Okay, so I just got the boys stall divided with this 10-foot gate. So that'll be nice. You can see Annie's back there, Poe's over here harassing me. Hi Poe. So, yes, hi Poe, you're so cute. You are such a good boy. You are a good boy. So I'm gonna let him out, and then I'm gonna do some cleaning up of some cobwebs in here. I still feed them out here. They've got their hay and their water, so that works out fine. Well, and they each have their loose mineral. Yes, hi Poe. And then might work on getting them some more bedding. But that went really fast, and I'm glad I did that, because now they can, yes, now you can go wherever you want, even though you'll always be right here harassing me. Yes, you're so cute. Okay, so I was plugging along pretty good at the cobwebs, but it was really freaking the boy goats out. So I'm not really sure why. The only thing I can think of is just because I had just installed that gate, that maybe it was a little bit too much for them. So anyway, they're both exploring their little sections. So I'm sweeping in here, and I think I'm going to take a lot of, because it's a lot of hay, because we've been moving hay. So I think I'm going to sweep this up into a garbage can and then use this as new bedding for the boys. So I'm going to just work on this for a little while. Winifred's in here with me. Things are going pretty good. It's nice just to have a quiet day inside the barn while it's hot outside. So anyway, going to do this. Okay, so I'm chugging along pretty good at projects today. So I got the waters done. I got the gate up for the boy goats, got them unclipped from their ties, gave them fresh bedding, got them all cleaned up. So I'm trying to think of what else I need to do. I swept quite a bit, used a lot of my sweeping because most of it was hay. Put that in the boy goats stall. I do need to at some point give the goats more hay, but that can wait a little while. So Wicket's outside stall does need a good cleaning. He poops in a pile, and so I need to clean that up. So I might do that, and then I can start getting these tables ready to move next weekend. That'll be a good thing for me to get ready, so I don't have to do it next weekend. Okay, so the neighbor brought us her first bale wagon of hay, so we are going to be working on getting that in. So you can see the hay that we've got stacked up over there. So we're not actually going to put that over there. We are going to put this hay over here. So this is the side that we still have that kind of building in, right there. I want to take that apart at some point. They had milled grain, and so they used to put grain in there, so it's rodent proof. But we don't need it. We had the barn cats in there when they were kittens last year. We raised chicks in there last year. It was really great. I thought about maybe doing quail, but I think I'm just going to take it down. So just because we do need the hay storage at some point, this is essentially like doubling our hay storage from the middle of the barn. But we're going to be stacking this right here in that corner. So we're going to get that in. He said there's probably at least another wagon and a half just in the top portion of that big field. So Gaia, the goat, is in heat today also. That's why it's so loud down there. So we're just getting ready to get this first wagon in. It's about 5 o'clock at this point. I didn't get a chance to do Wicket's stall, so I'm going to have to do that later. But yeah, feeling pretty good about what I got done in the barn earlier. But today, the rest of today is going to be about hay. So, and I still do need to milk Hyacinth tonight, and then that's going to be it for us for the weekend. So I'm going to put you guys on a time lapse for this.